Welcome to this video lecture of special concrete. It is the first in the series of special concrete, and that is high strength concrete. As we said, it is a concrete of tomorrow. This high strength concrete can be defined with a specified characteristic cube strength. That cube strength is between 60 MPa to 100 MPa. Although higher strength have been achieved globally and in India also, and now they are in use. The strength level of 80 to 100 Newton per mm square and even higher are being used for both precast and cast in situ, especially in USA, France, Norway, and some other countries. The application of in situ construction are at offshore structure, or we can say that in the marine conditions. Now, what is concrete? Concrete has become an essential element of civil engineering construction. And as researchers said, that it is weak in tension. That is why it has been used in combination with reinforcement. And when cement concrete is casted, it gained the strength by curing, or we can say due to the heat which has been liberated, that is heat of hydration. Now compaction plays an important role in uniformity, but achieving uniform compaction through vibrator become difficult, particularly when reinforcement is used with concrete, or you can say that when too much reinforcement has been provided as per the design. Now this, when you are using low water cement ratio, it can give you high compressive strength, but there are chances that we can get less workability also if we are not using admixture. Now when we are talking about high strength concrete, then we can say that low water cement ratio or low water binding ratio affect the concrete. Reinforcement bar could have been avoided, or concrete could have tensile strength. Then we should have reduced the cost, the time of concreting, and the durability of the structure. It will be more if the reinforcement which you have used is having non-corrosive properties. So if it has been possible, then we should not have used the reinforcement. If curing can be avoided, then it should have been accelerated the gain of strength, or we can say the gain of early strength. Then the speed of the construction should have been fast. And as I had said, that compaction is required. So if compaction could be achieved without using vibrator or concrete, or it should have been cast without reinforcement bar, then it could provide uniformity. But water cement ratio is not possible to reduce it, because we need a workability, and without workability the placement of concrete is become a problem. So when it has been decided to make a high strength concrete, then it is required to make the water cement ratio least, and for that purpose we have to add some pozzolanic materials such as silica fumes, or fly ash. Nowadays, addition of superplasticizer is also been used. Now, if you see the figure, there is a traditional concrete in which water, cement and aggregate is there. And when we will discuss about high performance concrete, at that condition, small silica fume is also there. And when we are mixing the water, when the hydration is started, then potiandite has been made. And due to this potiandite, it is a major bonding agent in cement and concrete. And it has been formed during the curing process. When elemental calcium react with the water to form calcium hydroxide. So there is a difference between the traditional concrete and high performance concrete. Even though I can say that high performance concrete is not a high strength concrete, there is a bit difference between both of them. But all the high performance concrete is high strength concrete also. Now when we say about high strength concrete, and if we will compare the compressive strength of high strength concrete, in this condition, if the normal structural concrete compressive strength is 20 to 50 MPa, and the high strength concrete is having the compressive strength of 50 to 100 MPa. Suppose you are making ultra strength concrete, then the concrete compressive strength is 100 to 150 MPa. Some special strength concrete is also there. In that condition, the compressive strength of the concrete is more than 150 MPa. So when you are making the high strength concrete, then you have to select suitable material for that. The main material for any concrete is the aggregate, that is coarse aggregate. Now when I am saying about the coarse aggregate, then the nominal maximum size can give the optimum strength. That is why 9 mm to 12 mm, or more precisely I can say that 9.5 mm to 12.5 mm maximum size aggregate is used. Now when you are combining single size aggregate, then you can have more closer control and the variability in the concrete can be reduced. And when we are talking about the fine aggregates, and when we are making a concrete of 70 MPa or greater, then you have to take care of the fineness modulus of the fine aggregate. It should have to be in between in the range of 2.8 to 3.2. If the fineness modulus is less than 2.8, then it will give lower strength and the mix will be more sticky. Now, when we are making high strength concrete, then we have to use several supplementary cementitious material also, such as fly ash, silica fume, blast furnace slag. Sometimes they are mandatory also to be used. And when you are using this supplementary cementitious material, then the dose of these material should be in the range of 5% to 20% or higher by mass. And to maintain the workability, we have to mix some superplasticizer also. Now, if, as it has been said, that stronger concrete mixtures would be more durable, it is not always right. The performance criteria is more important. So you have to check the performance criteria of the concrete which you had constructed, which you had casted. The properties which are required, that it should have been high workable, high durability, high ultimate strength. As per American Concrete Institute, high performance concrete is defined as a concrete which is meeting a special combination of performance. A special combination of performance means the abrasion resistance. All these things have to be taken care, and uniformity requirement that can not always be achieved routinely if we are making conventional concrete for by normally curing it also. So we have to take care of the all properties which we are using to make the concrete and the performance of the concrete after casted or after 7 or 14 days. Now, what are those characteristics of SPC which has to be taken care is high early strength. It has to gain early strength in 3 days or 7 days. High ultimate strength. After 28 days, the strength of the concrete has to be at least 80% of the targeted strength. High modulus of elasticity. High abrasion resistance. High durability and long life, especially in the when the concrete is exposed to severe environmental conditions. Low permeability and diffusion so that carbonation can be decreased and no chemical can permeate through the concrete. And if the permeation is low, then obviously it will be resistant to any type of chemical attack. So this has to be taken care in the case of high performance concrete. It has to be high resistant to adverse climatic condition, such as you are doing concreting in cold weather. Then there are chances of freezing and thawing problem. It has to be tough. The toughness and impact resistance should be high. The stability of the volume is required. It should not shrink while drying. And if it is shrinking, then it has to be very less. The main thing is the ease of placement. Since the water cement ratio we are taking low, but we have to make it in such a way that the placement should be easy. And the very important thing, it should be inhibited for bacterial growth. It is very much required in the case of pipe or conduit. Now, when we are discussing about the material, Portland cement is used for making the concrete durable for the better bonding of the aggregates. It is a cementing material. Same way, we can say that blended cement, fly ash, silica fume, blast furnace slag, calcined clay, metakaolin or shell, all of them are cementing material. They make the concrete more durable. They make the concrete of high strength. And then we add super plasticizer to make it flowable, to make it like a fluid. Sometimes high range water reducer are also used because it can reduce the water cement ratio. And the hydration control admixture are used so that the setting time can be controlled. Retarders are also added again to control the setting time, or if you want to accelerate the reaction, you can add the accelerator. Now there are chances of corrosion of steel. In that condition, we can add corrosion inhibitors. And if we have to only reduce the water content or water cement ratio, in that condition, we can add water reducers. To avoid the shrinkage, the drying shrinkage or plastic shrinkage, we add shrinkage reducers. If the aggregate is having reactive silica, then to avoid the alkali silica reaction, the alkali silica activity, to control them, we can add alkali silica reaction inhibitors. Sometimes to improve the workability or to reduce the paste, we add some latex modifier or polymers. They are important material which are used to make the high strength concrete. So if we will discuss about our objective, that why we had made this concrete, the reason is to put the concrete into service at much earlier age, or we can say that when you want to build high rise building, then at that time you can reduce the size of column and you can increase the available space if you are using the high strength concrete. When you are building a superstructure of long span bridges, then to enhance the durability of bridge deck, we can use high strength concrete. Or you can say that to satisfy the specific need of special applications such as durability, such as modulus of elasticity, such as flexural strength. Suppose you are constructing dam, you are constructing grandstand roof, you are constructing marine foundation, you are constructing a garage or parking garage or heavy duty industrial floor. In all that condition, we can use high strength concrete, and it is very useful in recent days. Thank you.